In this video, I will take you through the best settings for your TCL Roku TV. Now over here I have my 32-inch TCL Roku TV, but it doesn't matter the size or model of TCL Roku TV you have. If you want to be able to get the best sound quality, audio quality, picture quality, or overall best experience you can actually get from your TCL Roku TV, this video will show you how to get the best out of your TV. And first things first, to customize the picture settings of our TCL Roku TV over here, I'll go ahead and open up a video on my YouTube channel. So just go ahead and start playing any video on your Roku TV so you can actually see the customization you're making while you're making the changes on the TV. In my case, I'll go ahead and play this video over here on my YouTube channel. Now to bring up the picture settings of the TCL Roku TV, what you want to do is to go ahead and press on this asterisk button on your remote control. So just go ahead and tap on it and you're going to see this menu on the left hand side of your TCL Roku TV. Now go ahead and select picture settings and then come over to TV brightness. Now from here you want to make sure it is set to brighter. This actually makes the picture on your TCL Roku TV to pop, so make sure you select brighter from here. Now come over to picture mode, select it, and then from here you can now select the picture mode you want. Usually I like to keep it at standard because it actually fits every kind of content that you might be watching on your TCL Roku TV. So just make sure it is set to standard for this, and then you want to scroll down to the customize picture settings over here. Now from here, first things first is the black light, and you want to make sure that this is set to 100, so make sure you leave it at 100 and then come out of that option, then come over to brightness. Now for brightness you can go ahead and adjust this to about 60, so select brightness and then adjust it to about 60. Now this will also make the picture to actually pop on your TV. Now scroll down to contrast and you want to leave it at 100. Sharpness, you want to reduce it a bit to about 40 to make the picture a little bit smooth. Now come out of that particular option and then you want to come over to color. Now for color you can go ahead and increase or reduce this depending on what you prefer, but I like to leave it at 50. Now come over to tint and you also want to make sure you leave this at 0. Now for the picture size over here, you always want to make sure that this is set to direct or auto, because if you set it to normal or stretch or zoom, it might actually affect the picture size or orientation of your TCL Roku TV. So make sure it is set to auto, which automatically fits the content you're watching on the TV to your TV screen. Now scroll down to expert settings and select that particular option, and then for dynamic contrast you want to make sure that this is turned off, or else it is going to affect the settings that we have just made on our TCL Roku TV. What that means is that it will automatically adjust the contrast of the TV depending on your environment. Now you also want to come down to color temperature and make sure it is set to normal. Now coming out of this particular option, you can scroll down and then reset the picture settings we have just made on the TV, and even apply all of these settings we have just made into all of the HDMI input fields on our TCL Roku TV. That is basically all for the picture settings on your TCL Roku TV. Now coming out of this option, if you go over to the sound settings over here, there are a couple of things you can do. You can go ahead and set the sound mode of your TCL Roku TV. Usually there are a ton of option over here, and except you're actually watching say like a movie where it is recommended you go ahead and set it to theater, or you're watching music, except there is a specific reason why you have to select any of this option, it is usually recommended you leave it at auto. Now what this means is that it will automatically change the sound mode depending on what the TV feels like you're watching on the TV at that particular time. So if you're watching music, it might just automatically change it to music, or if you're watching a video, it might just automatically change it to theater. Now come over to customize sound mode. You want to go ahead and leave everything over here exactly as they are on my TV. Now once you're done, you want to come out of that option, then come over to the accessibility and language settings over here. Now there are not so much things you can actually do from over here except from turning on the screen reader, which I don't think you will need because it is actually meant for those that are blind and can't see to operate their TV. Except for that, you want to leave everything over here exactly as they are on my TV. Now the final settings you might want to change on your TCL TV is to come over to the home of the TV and then come over to the settings over here. Now from here you want to scroll down to where you have audio, select audio. Now scroll down to where you have the preferred streaming format, and then also make sure that this is set to auto. So it basically just sets the best option for you. Now coming out of this option, if you come over to the digital output format, you also want to make sure that this is set to auto as well. Another thing you want to change on your TCL Roku TV is to come over to these system settings of the TV, and then You also want to make sure that CEC is also turned on. Now this allows you to be able to control other HDMI devices that are connected to your TCL Roku TV using your TCL Roku TV remote control. So make sure you enable this option, and then make sure you also enable the system standby as well, which automatically allows you to be able to turn other HDMI devices that are connected to your TCL Roku TV using your TCL Roku TV remote control. So you don't need multiple remotes to control the TV or the devices that are connected to the TV as well. Now basically, these are the most important settings you might actually want to adjust on your TCL Roku TV to get the best experience out of the TV. If you find this video useful, please make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more interesting tech tips like this one.